So today, we're gonna do the tic-tac-toe homework assignment. We're gonna begin with the index HTML file, which is basically a standard HTML file. What we've been doing for the past previous assignments. We're gonna link the styles.css and also the script.js, and then we're gonna have all these classes, which is basically gonna do for the tic-tac-toe. We have eight or nine, sorry, nine boxes in a 3 by 3 square. So we're gonna have eight classes starting from 0 to 8, and then we're gonna just these are representing each one. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and it just goes row by row by row by row. And then we have inside this script.js, we're gonna have a bunch of constants. Basically, this is a cell. So this is a cell. This is the status. So it's gonna give you like the status on the bottom of the page, whose turn it is and whatnot. We're gonna have these consts to the win. So these are the every single possibility that you can win. So you have first row, second row, third row, um, first column, second row, third column, and then we have both diagonals. We're gonna have another Boolean variables let run, so the run is going to be set to false. That way it's not just constantly going. We're going to have these options, which is the options are set to blank, so every single one of the squares is going to be blank at first. And then the first player is going to always be X, so current player, which is always the first player, is X. Um, and then we're going to have the call start game, which is one of our functions that starts the game. So we're going to do for each cell, and then we're going to have this event listener, which is a click, so it's like an on click. So if you click on it, it's going to do, it's going to go to selective function. The status text will basically just tell you it's blank person's turn, so it's going to show X person's turn for the first thing, and then the next one's going to show O, and then we're going to set run to true so we can play the game. And the selected function, we're going to have another constant, cell index, which is this attribute is basically showing like, oh, this is what it is, or this is what you're pointing to. Then we're going to have this option with index at cell index, not equal to blank or not equal to run. So, and then it's going to return. That's basically just checking, like if it's selected. Update cell is we're going to have these enter the parameters for the updated cell. And then we're going to have go to also call player and winner function. So in this updated cell, we're going to take these parameters, cell and or this and cell index, but it's going to be obviously cell and index on here. And then for the option at whatever index it is, which is whatever you clicked on, is going to equal the current player. So it's going to put an X if you go in box 1, or box 2, box 3, box 4, box 5, box 6, box 7, box 8, and then or box 0, which is the first box. And then the cell.text contents equals current player is basically just that's the that's for putting like showing the thing at the bottom like text. The function player is basically just going to alternate between players, the X and 0 or X and O. So current player is equal to player equal to X. So this is a true statement, true or false statement. And then if it's equal to X, then it's going to go switch to 0. And then when it's equal to 0, it's going to go to X. So that's basically what it is. It's I think I believe is tertiary like concept. So there's three values. Status text content is basically just going to print out, oh, it's the next person's turn. This winner is we're going to have let one equal to false, which is a boolean. We're going to go and loop through the length, which is the length of win, which we have defined somewhere. We might not have defined that one yet. But we have this condition equals when I condition or cell A equals when index condition 0. So these are all conditions or at equal. Basically, it's just showing if there's three in a row or three in a column or diagonal, then that's what it's getting. So we're gonna use an if statement to see if it's all blank, then obviously we're gonna continue. Um, if they're all so if cell is A X, so if cell A is X and it's equal to cell B, which is X, and then cell B is equal to cell C, that means obviously 1. So you're going to switch 1 to true, and then we're going to break it so it doesn't keep on looping, or not really looping, but checking. And then we're going to have the status change to win. So the current player, so X wins, or run, and then run is set to false. And then we have the same thing here, but this is basically the sets it, if no one wins, it's going to be a draw. So if every box is filled. And then we have else player, which is just calling back to player, um, which just rotates from X to O to X to O. Inside the guessing game, we will have very simple. It's the same thing. We have except for we have this button click, so you can just click. So the user can enter random number from 1 to 100. We have random numbers, math floor function, and we have basically this is we have 101 because we want to make sure it goes to 100, and we have +1 because we want to start at 1. We have let count equals 0 because we need to have number of count. We have check number function. We have the prompt, which will basically click the button that we have in the HTML file and it'll enter the prompt. And then we have if this user is not equal to random number, then it'll go in here. Otherwise, it'll just stop. If this random user is greater than random number, then we will have count +1 because we took a guess already, and then we'll say, oh, your number blank is too high, and then we're going to do number of guesses, which is count. And that's basically goes the same thing. So if it's less, then it'll be too low, and if it's equal, then we'll have the user number, and it will have correctly, and it'll be count. Otherwise, if you don't enter no number, it'll be no number entered.